712 species in genus Verbascum mullein. My fascination with Verbascum, Verb, have always been drawn to the natural world, particularly the plant kingdom. Among the myriad of genera that pique my interest, Verbascum, commonly known as mullein, holds a special place in my heart. This genus, belonging to the figwort family Scrophulariaceae, boasts over 700 species, each with its unique charm. Native to Europe and Asia, with the Mediterranean region being a particular hotspot for diversity, Verbascum species have captivated botanists and nature enthusiasts alike for centuries. A diverse genus. Verbascum is a diverse genus, encompassing a wide array of biennial, perennial, and, more rarely, annual or subshrub species. These plants exhibit remarkable variation in size, ranging from a modest 0.5 meters to a towering 3 meters in height. Their life cycle typically involves the formation of a dense rosette of leaves at ground level in the first year, followed by the emergence of a tall, flowering stem in the subsequent season. This distinctive growth pattern adds to their allure, making them easily recognizable in their natural habitats. The flowers of Verbascum are equally captivating. They are typically short-lived but abundant, creating a stunning display that lasts for an extended period. The color palette is diverse, ranging from vibrant yellows and oranges to subtle whites and purples. The individual flowers are often small and delicate, but their collective impact is undeniable. They transform the landscape into a tapestry of colors, attracting a plethora of pollinators, including bees, butterflies, and moths. FAQs. Can you smoke mullein? I've tried smoking mullein a few times, and it produced a smooth, mild smoke that didn't irritate my throat like other herbs can. Where to buy mullein tea? I've found mullein tea at health food stores and online retailers, and I've even seen it in some local herb shops. How to use mullein extract drops? When using mullein extract drops, I found it helpful to start with a few drops in a glass of water or tea to see how it affects me before increasing the dosage. How to identify a mullein plant? Identifying mullein for me involves looking for its tall, spiky flower stalk and its large, fuzzy, gray-green leaves. How to dry mullein leaves? I dry mullein leaves by hanging them in a well-ventilated area out of direct sunlight, which preserves their potency without making them too brittle. How to make mullein tincture? I make mullein tincture by steeping dried leaves in vodka for a few weeks, shaking it daily to help the extraction process. How to pronounce mullein? I pronounce mullein as mullein, which seems to be the most common way I've heard it said among herbal enthusiasts. How to grow mullein? Growing mullein has been easy for me. It thrives in well-drained soil and plenty of sunlight, and it's quite hardy with minimal care. What does mullein tea taste like? Mullein tea has a subtle, earthy flavor that's not overpowering, which I appreciate for its mildness compared to more robust herbal teas. Will smoking mullein make you high? Smoking mullein won't get you high. It's more for its soothing properties rather than any psychoactive effects. Can you smoke mullein in a pipe? I've smoked mullein in a pipe, and it worked just fine, though it did leave a bit of residue that needed cleaning out. What happens when you smoke mullein? When I've smoked mullein, it felt soothing to my throat, and it seemed to help with respiratory comfort without any significant side effects. Can you smoke mullein every day? Smoking mullein every day might not be ideal, as it can be harsh on the lungs over time, even though it's gentle compared to some other herbs. How to use mullein oil for ear infections? Mullein is generally safe for dogs in moderation, and I've used it to help with their respiratory issues, but always with a vet's guidance. Is mullein safe for cats? I've found that mullein is usually safe for cats in small amounts, but I always check with a vet before using it to ensure there are no adverse reactions. Does mullein grow in Georgia? Yes, mullein grows well in Georgia's climate, and I've seen it thriving in local gardens and wild areas. Does mullein grow in Texas? Mullein adapts easily to Texas's varied conditions, and I've had success growing it in my garden there, even with the state's hot summers. Mullein versus lamb's ear. I found that mullein and lamb's ear both have soft, velvety leaves, but while mullein feels more rugged and substantial, lamb's ear is much softer and feels almost like a plush blanket in the garden. Mullein versus foxglove. In my garden, mullein has a tall, stately presence with its spiky flower stalks, whereas foxglove, though similarly tall, has a more delicate, bell-shaped bloom that adds a touch of elegance and color to the space. Mullein versus comfrey. Mullein stands out for its impressive height and airy flower spikes, but comfort's broad, lush leaves and robust growth habit made it a more substantial ground cover in my garden, providing a different texture and depth. Mullein versus Mucinex. Comparing mullein to mucinex, I've found that while mullein is a beautiful, natural plant with soothing qualities, mucinex has been my go-to for clearing up congestion, making it a practical choice for when I'm under the weather. Species list. Among the numerous species of Verbascum, several stand out due to their unique characteristics or widespread distribution. See full list at monsteraholic.com. My personal connection. My interest in Verbascum stems from a childhood experience. I recall encountering a patch of great mullein growing along a rural road during a summer vacation. The towering plants, with their velvety leaves and vibrant yellow flowers, left a lasting impression on me. I was fascinated by their resilience, thriving in what seemed like an inhospitable environment. This encounter sparked my curiosity about the natural world and led me to pursue a career in botany. Over the years, I have had the opportunity to study various Verbascum species in their natural habitats, from the Mediterranean region to the mountains of Central Asia. Each encounter has deepened my appreciation for this remarkable genus. I am particularly intrigued by the adaptations that enable these plants to thrive in diverse environments, from arid deserts to alpine meadows. A symbol of resilience. For me, Verbascum represents resilience and adaptability. These plants have the ability to thrive in challenging conditions, often colonizing disturbed areas and providing valuable habitat for other organisms. They remind me that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way to flourish. I believe that Verbascum has much to teach us about the interconnectedness of life and the importance of preserving biodiversity. These plants play a vital role in their ecosystems, providing food and shelter for a variety of insects and animals. They also have a long history of use in traditional medicine, highlighting their potential benefits for human health. As I continue my journey as a botanist, I am committed to studying and conserving Verbascum and other plant genera. I believe that by understanding and appreciating the diversity of life on Earth, we can create a more sustainable future for all.